I arrived at the Victorian cottage at dusk. Warm light glowed from the windows. Ivy crept up the brick walls. The scent of lavender and old wood greeted me on the porch. Even before the door opened, I felt a gentle hush, as if the house held its breath to welcome me. The door creaked open under a golden lamp. Inside, lace curtains stirred as if by an invisible breeze. On a polished table lay a welcome note. "Welcome. Do make yourself at home." I traced the embossed letters and felt a pang of unease. Someone was watching. What kind of host leaves a note without a signature? Why did it feel like the walls were observing me? I stepped into the living room. A teapot sat on the table with 2 delicate cups, the tea still warm. I scanned the room, half expecting someone to appear. The silence was deep. I could hear my own heartbeat. "Hello?" I whispered. Only the floorboards creaked behind me. When I turned, no one was there. On the mantel sat a framed, black and white portrait of a woman in Victorian dress. She smiled, but her eyes were sad. I poured a cup of tea with trembling hands. The first sip was soothing, flavored with herbs I couldn't place. I murmured, "Such hospitality. If only all hosts were this kind." Then, in the corner of my eye, I saw her. A pale figure stepped back into the shadows by the fireplace. A woman stood there with pale skin and sad eyes, wearing a dress from another era. She smiled politely. "I hope I didn't startle you," she said softly. I realized then, this must be my host. She glided across the room to boil the kettle. She carried herself with calm confidence, which oddly put me at ease. "I haven't had a visitor in quite a while," she said softly. I managed a laugh. "The tea is delicious," I stammered. She smiled. I always took pride in making a good cup of tea, even if I've had to practice on ghosts now. I followed her through the house. Hallways stretched before us, lit by lone lamps that swung gently. The air felt timeless, like another era. Softly, she called each room by name: library, dining hall, my room, as if giving me a tour. The walk felt oddly comforting, yet dread began to sink in my stomach. Could any of this be real? Was the house playing tricks on my mind? I followed her into my room. A hush lingered, as though the house itself were breathing. She picked up a porcelain figurine from the nightstand, dusted it with a smile. "Make yourself comfortable," she said softly. "I'll check on you later." The word later made my heart clench. Why did it sound like an invitation and a warning? Late that night, unable to sleep, I wandered downstairs. The house was silent except for an ancient clock's ticking. Moonlight spilled down the halls, shadows long and blurry. I felt eyes on me, watching my every move. A hush hung in the air, too quiet, too intentional. I realized with a chill that I was not alone in this house. A faint lullaby drifted down the corridor. Drawn to it, I found my host in the parlor at an old piano, her fingers gliding over the keys. The piano played itself. She hummed softly beneath it. Each note made her glow pale blue for a moment before fading again. I was afraid to move, unsure if she knew I watched. She looked up as I entered. "Music soothes the house when I can't sleep," she said quietly. "This place has been empty so long." I was beginning to forget what it's like to have someone listening. She smiled sadly. "You are not like the others," she admitted. "Most guests never stay awake. Maybe they just don't wake up at all." "Why am I not tired?" I asked. My head felt light. The tea was stronger than I'd thought. She smiled wistfully. "You can't leave yet," she said gently. "Not when the night is still young." I followed her gaze to the window. Outside, a pale moon glowed, even though I thought morning should have come. She held out a translucent hand. "Stay a while longer," she whispered. "I've been so lonely." Panic rose in me. Why would she want to trap me? The house groaned softly, as if alive. Doors clicked shut on their own. A chill ran down my back. The windows blackened as if night was swallowing the light. It felt as if the house itself was pushing me back. I backed away, heart pounding. Thank you for everything," I stammered. Each step on the thick carpet felt wrong. Outside, wind howled. My host watched me with a strange intensity. "Of course," she said softly. "Just one more thing." I shook my head. "I'm not sure I belong," I said shakily. "I'm just a traveler, looking for a place to stay." The rug beneath my feet pulsed. The wallpaper rippled like water. The house felt like it was swallowing all the light. Could a house be haunted? Could it care for me? Or keep me forever? My host reached out, her ghostly hand resting on my shoulder. "You see," she said softly, "this house has a heartbeat now." I felt it, a dull thump in the floor beneath us. "I've been waiting for someone like you," she continued. "I will keep you company, so we will never be alone." Dread boiled in me as the truth sank in. They didn't just welcome guests, they kept them. I scrambled for an escape. The front door slammed shut behind me. The lock clicked. In the mirror's reflection, her smile was pale and satisfied. I realized I was trapped. I took a hesitant step back. Her face was close, peaceful, and sad. "I suppose," I finally whispered, "this is my home now." Her thin-lipped smile became cruelly bright. The lanterns sputtered out. In the darkness, she glided toward me. Suddenly I felt weightless, and laughter, my own, unfamiliar, echoed around me. Everything went silent. And then, the house was silent again, except for the soft thump-thump of its new heartbeat.